Well, back guys to another review here on Folly Entertainment, and we have got episode 2 of season 3 of the Mayans, and this one is called the Orneriness of Kings, not horniness, which some people's pronunciation that's probably what it would sound like. But yeah, we kick off this episode with these like people. They're in this car driving past this like facility, and then they get killed by a bunch of masked people. I quickly caught on here. This is like the kid rebels, kind of like all grown up essentially. But yeah, I mean, I kind of caught on this was the rebels, but guess only time will tell. Meanwhile, we cut to Miguel out in the middle of the desert. He's with his mum. I was like, what's going on? But it quickly turns in, well, it is a nightmare, but it turns into a nightmare for real. She shoots herself, and he wakes up, and he's with the woman in bed from the last episode. Meanwhile, Easy and Gabby show up at Felipe's. She's like, I came inside. I wanted to see where you grew up. And Easy's like, well, okay. She then volunteers that she'll stay and look after Felipe. You go take care of club business. And this is what's weird. It's like, he doesn't even swear on this person. Like, to me that's a bit pathetic. I don't know, that's just my opinion. We then cut to church. Basically, we've got an open discussion here about what went down with the Kings last night. Bishop says anyone who wants to say anything, say anything. Easy goes to say something, but then Angel interrupts him. He basically says, fuck the Kings, and then Bishop's like, what are you going to say? He's like, nothing. And he's like, okay then, fuck the Kings. So that was pretty funny, but Easy disagrees. He then says to Angel after, and Angel's like, well, fucking speak up, you're not a prospect anymore. Easy. Fair enough, man. He's definitely right. Felipe then wakes up. He's kind of like, "What the fuck are you doing in my house?" I mean, I'm not a Felipe Reyes fan, guys. That's just my personal opinion. So yeah, he wakes up here. Then we see the Department of Justice. They go down to the border and they've got someone. Looks like we're doing a trade-off. But this really got me thinking, like, where is Potter in all of this? Like, we haven't seen the guy in a wee while. Which is kind of, well, I'll say a wee while. In the first 2 episodes, I thought he'd definitely been in it, like, but that's just, I guess that's just the way the cookie is. So they trade the body, or the person over, and I'm kind of thinking, who the hell is this person? And it turns out it's Adelita, and this is the people from earlier on in the episode who got into the whole shootout at the start. So yeah, I kind of put 2 and 2 together. This definitely at this point where everyone should be clicking, oh, that's the rebels going on there. Coco then shows up to his dealer. He says he wants Oxy, but then the guy says he doesn't have any, but there's a guy up in the mountains called Butterfly that has Oxy, so that's where Coco's going this episode, up to the mountains to get some gear. Meanwhile, Easy confronts Bishop, and it looks like he's going to come up with his whole plan here that would please the Kings and other stuff like that, blah blah blah, and voice his opinion in general. Then we cut to Adelita. She returns to the base. She reunites with like her whole other guy who's like in charge of them. Can't remember his name. He reveals that Minnie has left, which kind of makes her break down, which was unexpected. I guess she kind of seen her as like a little sister slash child to her. Yeah, so Minnie left. She's not happy about that. Slaps him, and then she leaves the camp later on that day. Emily's new help arrives, which Miguel set up, and it turns out it's Emily's sister. So yeah, it's the first time we get to introduce this character, and just kind of like Emily, but better in every single way. And I mean every single way. Just full of life and not clinically depressed. May seem like a bit of a waster, but at the same time, just a breath of fresh air, man, when it comes to that household, in my opinion. Then Toxins show up. They meet with Alvarez. They meet with Bishop, talking about how that whole thing with the Kings last night is going to cripple them. They need the heroin to stay alive. Easy then steps up to the plate, says, don't involve the Kings, we can just use Toxin, your charter, and we can use Arizona to get the job done here, and but we can go behind the Kings' back, and then eventually after time it will cripple the Kings, and then there will only be one King, alluding to Big Bishop. So, oh hell yeah. But then the big man, who looks like Bill Goldberg on meth's like, but what about Alvarez, brother? What about Alvarez? He's no part of the club anymore, but he set up the Three Kings. Well, it don't matter, brother. Don't know why, I mean, we're just channeling in our Hulk Hogan here, but, well. Paco then leaves his son, the kid with Down syndrome. he's like, and then he's talking to Nestor. He's like, hope this is going to be quick. Don't have anyone to look after my son. Then Galindo confronts him. He's like, you don't know what I need. I need my mom. I mean, that's a bit pathetic for Galindo. Like, I get it. He blames this guy because she hijacked his truck, and that's where eventually what led to her death, because she drove it to meet the Reyes family. Good night. She get burnt. But at the same time, this is a wee bit pathetic for Miguel. You don't know what I need. I'm a mama's boy. Somebody call my mama. Dunno. Yeah, and then out of nowhere, he grabs his golden gun, shoots Paco a few times. The gun was jamming. It was a bit of a botch. Miguel's like crying. Alvarez is sad about it. He returned to his wife. Not too good about that. Easy then returns home, where he sees Gabby and Felipe having a meal. He's like, I don't need a fucking babysitter. And again, Felipe getting on my tits. And then we cut to Coco, and that's where the episode ends. He drives up to the mountain. This girl tells him to go. That's where you'll meet Butterfly. And he ends up getting caught though after he steals the Oxy. And then someone recognised him. I don't know who this was. I don't think it was his kid. But I don't know. But like, it was like dark and they were all wearing masks, so it was kind of hard to tell. But yeah, guys, I think it was definitely a weaker episode than the premiere. Like I said on my channel, I gave this one a 6 out of 10. It was kind of just like an average episode, and I thought, I don't really like the whole rebel groups with the kids. I'm not really a fan of that. But anyway, guys, 6 out of 10 for Fog Entertainment.